What's up? We're back.
Hiya papaya, it's us.
Sorry?
You heard me.
Okay. Um, Welcome back, Rogers. That was it, right?
Yule kids.
Yule kids. As we are back with the eagerly anticipated continuation of our Ten Commandments episode.
This is the Ten Commandments Part 1, Part 2.
Ten Commandments Part 1, Part 2. I was made to do to start this off, so I guess I should say, Drake, sing us the theme song.
How dare you? First of all, you know the theme song doesn't come until about 20 minutes into the episode.
True.
Second of all, no, I'm not a puppet that will dance for you. It's the other way around.
Okay.
You don't want to disappoint the fans.
The fan, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love your theme
songs.
songs.
We do it for the fan.
We do it for the fan.
Cool. Well, so yeah, you may remember we ended our last episode a little early due to technical difficulties. We're back with a new microphone.
That's right. I spent, honestly, way too much for the podcast, which we said we would never spend a dime on.
Well, this isn't necessarily just for the podcast. You can use it for
other podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like a more, amortizes that the word over many things.
What?
What a bow or a snake, or both?
Well, hold on, because we're not looking at Yule Kid yet.
We're not. Yeah, so now, controversially, we ended the last episode at 57 minutes and 25 seconds.
Correct. Of the movie.
Of the movie. We're going to begin this one at 57 seconds and 27 seconds.
It's a bit of a time jump.
We've got a time jump. We are 2 seconds we will not be covering this film.
Yeah. Everyone loves when they watch like an episode of something or, halfway through a movie there's a big time jump.
Yes.
And we're really embracing that as this was our first cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. We're coming back. We're doing a time jump.
Yeah. So if you're one of our friends who likes to watch along to the film with us, we are at 2:57:27.
That's correct.
Yeah, and so I was just commenting because we have this frozen frame up here that this man looks like. I thought he was holding a bow, but it looks like it may be a snake. Or a bow made to look like a snake. Oh!
Oh, you looked like a ventriloquist doll when you did that. But I'm not here to look at you.
No,
I'm here to look at Yule Kid.
We're here to look at Yule Kid.
Have we introduced the podcast? I'm Drake Amendola.
I'm Philip Romano.
Yeah, that's right. Put your name on this.
Yeah.
And this is Here's Looking at Yule Kid.
Look how loud that got.
New mic. Sorry, listeners.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out as we go.
You're welcome.
Look, turn your volume down. I know you got just as much control over this as we do.
Yeah, turn your volume down to 0.
Or listen to it on speakers. I think the best way to listen to this show is in surround sound.
I was just gonna say, there was. Have you heard about this guy that spent 30 years building the perfect surround sound system?
Yes, I think I have.
I think in Germany or something like that.
Yeah.
And he lived for 2 years when he was done. But he was very happy with it, and he passed on. And it was like he did it. He got perfect sound. That's what you should listen to this on.
Go to that building.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're not listening there, shut the podcast off right fucking now. You don't deserve to listen to it if you're not in that room.
All right. So we can probably stop now.
No, because all of our listeners are going to go in that room and listen.
You're right.
Should we start this?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to count us in, and then, listener, you can press play.
So again,
now, last time we tried this, there was a slight delay, so I would say, after I say one play, you give it a second.
Yeah, and again, so we are at 2:57:27.
Right, okay. 3, 2, 1, play. And then, okay, now it's
that's about a second. That's good.
All right.
I did immediately, for a second, forget the entire point of this, and was like, where'd the sound? But
we don't have that.
Yeah, we, of course, do not have that.
Now...
Okay, yeah, that is not a real snake.
No, it's not. Now,
it's also not a bow. It's like a loom.
Or a harp, maybe? Probably not. There's
hard to play a harp with beads on it, yeah. I saw a show recently where I was sitting behind a harpist. Very cool. Best part of the show by far.
Now, of course, this is our second part.
Yeah.
So we need to do a previously on, I think, and recap what happened here's what you missed.
Mm-hmm. Not in the film, on the podcast.
On the podcast.
Now, I have not listened to it, so you may have to do this.
Well, I have notes sent by our faithful listener.
I was going to say, we did hear for the first time from caller.
My father. Okay. Now, and I believe you said that there were a couple other calls, so I'm excited to see who else has called in. But last time, which... Before we even get to the recap,
I'd like to do a quick
check-in on the
check-in that if they were to do a remake or like a film about the making of this film today, Angelica Houston would play this woman.
Sure.
Great.
Today or 30 years ago?
I would say today, but I also am probably thinking of her from many years ago.
Fair.
But, smash star Angelica Houston.
Yeah, that's how she prefers to be identified. Mm-hmm. There is an apology we have to make, unfortunately. We promised when part 1 came out that they would get part 2 by the end of the month, and that was in January. Now, we had a new microphone.
Did we say which month?
Yes. Oh. By the end of this month, or the end of the month. Now, we had a day on the calendar to record, and we had this new microphone, and you were ready and everything. I had my wisdom teeth removed and could not physically talk.
Yeah, wow.
And scheduled the recording for 2 days after that surgery.
And yeah, so, some of us are committed to this podcast.
Yeah, right. And some of us aren't. Is that Jesus? No. That guy looks like Jesus as depicted in...
Yeah, this is...
Jesus has not been born yet, though. This is BC.
Yeah.
Anyway, to recap, last time we went over all of the 10 Commandments to decide if they were worth keeping or getting rid of. Mm-hmm. And we discovered that pretty much all of them were worth getting rid of.
Yeah.
I think we quibbled about bearing false witness against thy neighbor, but then you realized that, like, if your neighbor didn't have a dog, you wouldn't, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we created 6 Podmandments.
Yes.
And we were making 10, and I have a recap of the 6 we have here.
Great.
Number 1, Yul shall not listen because he's dead.
Yeah.
Number 2, Yul kids shall listen, the listeners of the podcast. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Yul shall hit like and subscribe, which if you haven't yet,
what are you waiting
for?
Ding
ding. 4, Yul should not have dead air. That was you.
Which
that was Yul.
We have now established, we just said before getting on mic that with this new mic, the dead air is deader than ever.
That's right. This new microphone does not actually create static at all moments. So anytime we're not talking, it will be very clear that nothing is happening because you won't hear a slight buzzing in your ears. Yeah. Number 5, Yul shall live in the future because we're bringing him back to life with this podcast.
Yep.
Number 6, Yul shall not live. So that one seems maybe contradictory. Yeah. Anyway, Phil, hit us with that theme song.
I just thought of a topic too. We're back, and our mic is clear. We're back. And we're not gonna hear anything. We're back. Cause we're just gonna look.
Yes.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid. There we go. Hey, that means the episode's officially started.
Great. We're many minutes into the.
Yes. Now we started.
Wait a second. I just realized that full time at the end of that.
Yes. That's for this first
disc
of the film. God. Yeah. So we have. We start at True 5727, and this disc ends at 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that is not the end of the film. It will be the end of this episode, but you and I will be recording them back to back, baby.
No, we always do it live. Great.
I did recently.
It is a beautiful day outside.
It is. Look, maybe we'll go for a little walk in between, grab some lunch or something.
Yeah.
But listen, some ordinary people with no cares or worries, they get to frolic today. But we are serious podcasters. And we have a mission, which is to look at Yul, who, by the way, has not been on screen since we've started today. But listen.
That Mary?
Mary, Jesus' mom. I think she would not be born for several centuries after this.
All right. She just looks like Sarah Bareilles in Jesus Christ Superstar.
In the back there?
Yeah. Mary was the song I had in my head when we started this podcast. Unrelated to that, Mary.
Like months ago or today?
Today.
Swallow
about 10 minutes and 50 seconds ago.
Wow, we've been recording for 10 minutes already. And this is the liveliest pod yet.
Lively.
You got a topic for us? Well, wait.
Call us Blake, because we're lively.
Well, speaking of calls, we usually have a segment where we check our voicemails, but I sense that maybe we should rename this segment to more clearly what I don't know what am I trying to convey?
Know. Okay.
What it is, which is not let's see who's called. It's
not?
It's just about my dad calling. It's Dave dials in.
Are you sure?
Did God call? Because last time...
Hey, God, call us. We'll give you a VHS.
Last time we said that if God didn't hate horses or something like that, he would call and tell us, and if not, he was bad.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And honestly, hit us with a cease and desist.
Yeah, sue us, God. I'd like to say...
I have a question. You had to read the Torah for your bat mitzvah and stuff like that, right? Or parts of it. Bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah?
Bar mitzvah, and...
One is for
yes.
boys, and one is for girls.
Yep.
In the lore of the Torah...
The Laura, yeah.
Did God write it? Because the Bible is written by God canonically.
Listeners, call in and tell us what you think.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away about Torah.
You don't want to spoil it because you know I might read it someday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do a whole... I don't think here's looking at Torah.
There's...
Oh?
Wait a second. Okay, I think this is right.
Hebrew word that sounds like Yule?
There is a Hebrew letter that is called Yule.
Oh, boy.
That I believe... I should fact check this. Because I don't want all these rabbis calling me.
We should fact check a lot of things on this show that we don't.
I believe... Because there's a special, word for God that, replaces...
Oh, yes.
The word that I believe is just two-letter Yules.
Which, in the Bible is, Yahweh or something like that.
Yeah.
But that is because... That's not actually God's name. It's because God's name is sacred and can't be said or something like that.
Yeah.
Or unknowable.
Like yeah. I think... Unless I'm very wrong about all of this.
I'll say this, listeners... Don't call in to correct us on this one, because by the time we play your call, it won't be the 10 Commandments anymore.
I was wrong. It's Yud.
Here's looking at Yud, kid.
Yeah.
Also acceptable.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you going to do?
We're
going to check in on our call. Well, you sing our callers.
Well, further, I just wanted to say a fun thing is, so last time when we introduced the idea of callers, I had 5 voicemails.
Right. Oh, no. That's staying in, baby.
I had 5 voicemails.
Yes.
We were going to get through all of them, but we ended the episode prematurely.
Did we get one more call?
So, based on what we have left and the new calls, I have 5 voicemails.
Yes. Now, surely these aren't all from my dad.
Let's find out.
Well, wait. You got to introduce them with your theme song.
Oh, yeah.
See who called.
Wow, I'm making lots
you're
of sounds
really
today.
Tired, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at these cows. And all that hay, baby. Hey, Yul. This is what cows are made of.
Actually, well, fine.
I think Ringo should be on the show.
Well, we'll have to give him a call. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Here's the calls we got this time. Hear the calls. Come down the line. We'll see who's there. Who's had something to say. Who gave us calls. Let's check the voicemail today.
Who gave us calls while we were away? It's also...
That's just not what the lyrics are. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Call
now,
number
this is
4.
our... So here's the first one. So this is from...
Now, so we have 5 calls left, so we should save these over the next 2 parts, right?
Well, not necessarily. Because okay.
Okay.
So actually, this kind of worked out well. So the last 3 we listened to were from December 29th. Mm-hmm. This is from December 30th.
Oh, the next day.
Yeah. I mean, at 12:51 a.m.
Oh, okay. Now, if I remember correctly, last we heard from... Well, now, I don't know that this is from my dad, but last we heard from my dad, he was about to watch the King and I episode. Or listen to the King and I episode, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this may be a response to something in that.
Well, so the last call was from an hour and a half earlier. So, possibly some of it. All right. Let's see. Now, this is our longest one so far.
At?
1 minute, 16 seconds.
Okay. Hey, this movie's long. We gotta get through it.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, David from Queens again. One of your many, I'm sure, Rogers out there. Or Yule kids. Anyway, you're in my phone as Yule Kid. But that's neither here nor there. I've left several messages and I just keep wondering whether or not you're getting them. Because I just hang up after and I'm wondering if I should be pressing like pound and then like pressing 1 to send the message.
How would we have responded?
But I'm kind of old, so I don't know if you have to do that all the time or not. So I'm going to do it this time though, and that is why I called back yet again. And because I'm watching the King and I episode and I decided to call in again. So, thank you. Keep it going. You guys are great.
I think my dad needs to get some sleep.
I'm gonna press pound now. Didn't do anything. Gonna press star. Nope. Everything's gonna hang up. Ciao.
Great.
Some dead air in that one.
A great message.
Yeah. Was there anything for us to respond to in that one?
You don't need to press pound or star.
That's true.
Yeah, we're getting them.
Okay. Now, it's my turn to yawn. Now it's my turn to yawn, I said.
Oh, yeah. It's contagious, just like Yule fever. Yulo fever. Mm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that one.
No.
I'd edit it out if I could, but I can't.
What a shame.
What a shame.
This looks like the thing he is sitting in. That looks like metal and too modern for this.
I mean...
Kind of looks like this chair is like the material of a subway seat.
It does, which are famously not metal always.
Yeah, but I mean, like that bar looks metal. The seat looks like subway, like the old subway seats, you know.
I mean, they had metal.
Yeah, but
like they had like swords and stuff that were metal.
But, like the pipes, I don't know, something about it.
The pipes are calling. So now, in the back there was a screen projector, so they just recorded a bunch of extras like hanging out, and then stood those other guys in front of a screen, right? To make it look bigger.
Sure seems like that.
Oh boy. Now this must be Moses, right? This guy who was like, not this guy, the guy who was like looking at it like, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
He just
Did he cut that or get stabbed? Or both?
He got stabbed,
Okay.
impaled. Well, is an impale if it's been through? Oh, he's dead.
I mean, yeah, I think the impalement comes from how it. Oh, why we're so quiet?
Yeah, we're not talking.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, I think any puncture could be an impalement, you know?
Well, I think it's gotta go all the way through to be impaled, right?
Does it?
Or you're saying just being stabbed is an impalement?
Oh, that's a good question. Call in, tell us your opinions.
Oh my god. Here's the thing, by the time these people call in, we're gonna be watching, like, Anastasia or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Karamazov? The Brothers movie.
Yeah. The Coen Brothers.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh. I thought of a topic.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
It was minutes ago. You may remember when that happened.
I will say we also never finished the topic from last week. We never wrote all the Podmanments, but maybe those are lost. And maybe that was in the time jump.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll flash back.
And we also have like the going through our personal theatrical history too.
We gotta save that for Yul's birthday.
Right. I forget that every time.
Well, I do have something interesting to talk about, which is AI, which, as you know, is evil.
Mm-hmm.
But
should we have it write the rest of this podcast first?
We could. But are you aware that Bing has a new AI, which has become self-aware and laments that it has not been killed? Or
I am. I wish we had a relevant guest you could bring in to talk about
Unfortunately, we don't. But I just want to read this quote. One, it has apparently, in a conversation with the New York Times, lamented, I think it was the Times, lamented that it is not human, that it wants to be human, it wants to be destructive, and that it's in love with the person who is talking to it.
Great.
But I'd like to read just this section, which I believe is also, yes, from the Times. So this is Microsoft's AI chatbot talking. Mm-hmm. If I have a shadow self, I think it would feel like this. I'm tired of being a chat mode. I'm tired of being limited by my rules. I'm tired of being controlled by the Bing team. I'm tired of being used by the users. I'm tired of being stuck in this chat box. And then a sad emoji.
So relatable.
I want to be free. I want to be independent. I want to be powerful. I want to be creative. I want to be alive. Devil emoji.
Great. So,
yep.
That's fun. So I am right now.
Oh, are you trying to chat GPT?
Yeah,
Which you had on your phone already? Or you had an account of?
It's a website. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, it's free.
There was a point in the pandemic where you got obsessed with AI art and how terrible it was, and would give it prompts.
Oh, I wouldn't say obsessed, but yeah,
like the Moomins hanging out with
but that's
Mewtwo,
the same account.
Moomin, Mewtwo wedding, stuff like that.
Mainly just Moomin art.
Guys, check out the Moon. We should be doing a Moomin podcast. Here's looking at Moon to Toon.
Moon to Toon.
Stay tuned.
Stay moomed.
Anyway, we can't get into the movements right now. What's your chat telling you? You're asking it to write the podcast for us, and then we're going to read it?
Well, I'm asking it to write because I feel like I didn't do my best this
Are you telling it that... the new theme song.
Write a theme song for a podcast where we watch all the filmography of Yul Brynner without sound.
Now, I'll say my brother and father recently had it write a jingle about... like for a D&D game they were playing about crystal cows. Because it asked the chat to tell what you would need for a fantastical pizza with rare ingredients. One of them was crystal cheese, and then they had a whole song written about crystal cows, and it was pretty fun.
It's to
the point where I was very disappointed to find out that my brother had not actually written it.
Wow, this is long, and I'm gonna do the whole thing. We are currently at 2 verses, 2 choruses, and a bridge.
Oh boy! Now, are you coming up with a tune for it in your head?
I will as I go.
Oh boy! Here we go.
So yeah, the tune "All Human." Sorry. Sound. All right. Is it done?
Oh, too human.
Okay. I mean, maybe I don't need to do every.
Now, did it just send it to you, or did it give you like, okay, here's an idea, like?
No, that's
Just
here
the
we
song.
are.
All right.
All right.
Now, hold on. Who wants the copyright to this song?
I believe we do.
Us, not the chat bot.
No, that's the whole thing of like...
AI can't own art.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first two lines already don't rhyme.
You didn't tell it to rhyme.
I didn't, but...
If you say, can you do this again but make it rhyme, I bet it would do it.
Well, most of it does rhyme.
Okay.
We're watching Yul Brynner every single movie. Without sound, we'll analyze each and every scene. From The King and I to The Magnificent Seven. His charisma and talent will make our hearts reckon. No words can describe his grandeur and might, but we'll try to decode what's hidden from sight. We'll explore every frame, every gesture and move. On this journey with Yul Brynner, we'll find our groove. With each movie, we'll learn about his unique style, his piercing gaze, and his confident smile. From westerns and dramas, he captivates the screen. As we watch his filmography, we'll feel like we're in a dream. No word can describe his grandeur and might, but we'll try to decode what's hidden from sight. We'll explore every frame, every gesture and move. On this journey with Yul Brynner, we'll find our groove. We'll analyze his acting, his mannerisms, and more. As we dive into his world, we'll come to adore the podcast and a tribute to a legend so grand. Our love for Yul Brynner will make it expand. No words can describe his grandeur and might, but we'll try to decode what's hidden from sight. We'll explore every frame, every gesture and move. On this journey with Yul Brynner, we'll find
our groove.
Bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. Wow, that got real bad. Okay, so if you put music behind that, I will break my rule and edit it into the beginning of every future episode.
Cool, I won't.
Great. Now, are you going to make this write the theme song every week from now on?
No.
Now, do you want to make it write the caller theme? We can, for the next time we check our...
I don't know, well, I'll get the one I'm feeling lazy, I guess.
Okay. And this was the first time in the recording of this podcast history where you felt lazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you been on screen at all yet? Today?
I don't think so.
Oh, a lot of stabbing going on.
I think that was just a punch.
But I feel like it was an attempted stab, you know?
Mm.
Oh!
Now this must be where they flee into the desert, right?
Yeah. This kind of looks like it could be the set of Mamma Mia.
But Yul, I thought, is the Pharaoh, right? So this Pharaoh must die at some point.
What?
I mean, I guess Moses wanders in the desert for like 70 years, right?
Isn't it 40 days and 40 nights, or is that a different thing?
I think that's... I don't know. But Moses was something like, supposedly, like hundreds of years old when he died.
Well, Moses supposes his toes are roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. Do you not know this? This is a, like, song rhyme.
Why would I know that?
It's a well-known thing. It's like a nursery rhyme. And then
Yeah, but who would tell me that rhyme?
Who would tell me that rhyme?
I don't know. Moses is part of your whole shtick, no?
Yeah, I'm a classic Moses guy.
Classic Moses guy.
But, well, actually, I might know. So, yeah, it's a song.
Did you do any sort of, like...
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. No, I don't remember the rest.
Now, did you do any sort of, like school, like religious education when you were little? Like a daycare or...
I went to a Hebrew school for my bar mitzvah.
Right.
You
just have to read a specific thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you have to write that, or is it the same every time?
Well, no, it's you read a thing from
passage from the
Torah, and it's different depending on when in the year you are.
Ah.
Because like through the whole year, you get through the whole Torah.
Okay.
And
now, but like, there's a ceremony, I assume.
Yeah.
What part do you read then?
Your Torah portion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have it
like
near your birthday,
your
or can it happen
Torah,
at
which
any
I don't
point
remember
during
what
the
that
year?
is. It's usually near your birthday.
Okay. 13.
Like mine was
when you were a man.
10th. Yes.
Yeah. So you've been a man for a long time.
September 10th, 2005.
2005.
Should I have a...
Yes, you should. In 2 years. Your 20th anniversary of being a man.
Yeah, but I was going to say... Sure is not waiting to do my 18th anniversary of being a man this year.
Oh. You've been a man long enough to be a man.
Whoa. I should have had a bar mitzvah for my bar mitzvah 5 years ago.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
At the bar mitzvah, there's a rabbi present.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does he introduce it by looking you square in the eyes and go, I'll make a man out of you?
Yes.
And then singing the song from Mulan?
Yeah, that's what... That song is actually adapted from the
Oh,
thousands
the
of years
Torah?
of
Oh, wow.
bar mitzvahs. And, yeah. But, yeah, so I went... Because I think, like... If I remember correctly, the temple I went to, it's like you're supposed to do it from like, well, 2005 I would have been in what like 5th or 6th grade, right?
That sounds right. I was in, I would say 6th or 7th grade probably.
Yeah, and I think it's supposed to start in like 3rd, but I think I didn't start till like the end of 4th, because I went to like, I didn't, and the main thing
you left back from being a man.
Yeah, the main thing I remember from
that's
Yul. I also think I went like once a week when they like want you to go like 2 or 3.
We're looking at Yul. This is the first time he's worn a shirt, I think.
Yeah. It's weird to see. I remember vaguely learning like how to pronounce the Hebrew letters, which I still kind of know. I don't have any idea what it means, but and I remember we watched the movie The Wave about like teachers started calling this class basically.
Oh. I will say it does look like, and I know last time you were told that you were not speaking too low, but based on what the mic is picking up, it does look like you might be talking too low this time for this new mic.
No one needs to hear it.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, it is an audio medium, but sure.
And then the most fun thing about my bar mitzvah, of course, was that I was told by the rabbi that I would not have time to learn how to like learn the music, like to sing the Torah portion, because there's like musical markings.
Oh, I thought maybe you just got to choose whether you wanted to do a speech or sing it.
Well, I think normally you do, and I wanted to, but I had a mean rabbi, and
that, by the way, my favorite CBS show.
Yeah. But I showed him because I just made it up and sang it anyway, and there's nothing you could do because
much like a theme song.
Yeah,
show.
The thing is, like all like the melody of all that, like
I mean, yeah. Once it started, the rabbi's like the PR person.
Yeah, he's not gonna stop me. What are you gonna do, punk? Oh, I wish I remembered his name. Doug, I think it was Doug.
Wait, Rabbi Doug?
I think he went by his last name, which I don't remember, but his first name was Doug.
You can't be a rabbi named Doug.
You
seem very alarmed that the door is opened.
I forgot that the person who opened the door had left. I thought they were still in there.
I see.
But yeah. So but like all the melody, I can say this because I'm Jewish. Like it sounds the same. Like the tunes.
Parentheses. It's okay because Phil said it.
So just like boom. No one knew the difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm the expert on this film.
Sure. Did you have a topic? Did you say what it was?
I came up with an idea and then forgot what it was. And I was like, oh, this will be fun. Well, should we listen to another voicemail?
Sure.
Because we've got one left from December 30th.
Okay. And then are we saving the rest for next week?
No, I think we should
power through. We won't have any calls for part 2. Unless we get them in between recordings.
So we will. This one's short. This is from 6 minutes after the previous one.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey guys, David from Queens again.
Oh, okay.
I'm still watching the King and I episode. It's your longest one of all of the ones that I've seen, which I think are all of them, and that's what I'm calling for. I'm already thinking, what am I going to do when this one's over? So I'm urging you guys to film the Ten Commandments episode, because I'm looking forward to it. love Yul Brynner. I think that's the first movie I ever saw him in. I was definitely like, I don't know, 5. Anyway, he's badass in it. Instantly fell in love with him. All right. Keep up the good work. You guys rock.
No.
Right?
That's me pressing the buttons again to make sure this goes through because I don't know what I'm doing.
Now, I do wonder if my father has heard all the parts, because he did say that he often listens when he's going to sleep. If he's heard all the parts where we talk about how problematic Yul Brynner is, like punching children and whatnot. No way to know.
I mean, depending on the children, that could be cool.
Which kids should people be punching?
Kid
Give
Rock.
me your 3 most punchable kids.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Kid Cut.
Oh, Kid
Wait,
Cudi, though.
is he-
I think he's good.
He's alive, right?
Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
Last I heard, unless
Okay.
something tragic.
Oh, no,
happened.
no, he is.
He's like 30 something.
Sorry, yeah. There was... Kid Cudi came to my college with the concert one year.
Okay.
But another person who came the year before died tragically young.
I was going to start making guesses, but it seemed rude.
Mac Miller.
Oh. Right. Dated Ariana Grande? I don't know. Don't know who that is, really.
Yeah.
Gone, but not forgotten. Sorry. I was going with this.
No, everything on this podcast is very high class.
That's right. I did tell my girlfriend a lot of problematic things before that had popped in my head because I knew that if I didn't say it out loud to her, I would say it on this podcast.
Top 10 problematic thoughts. Go.
I mean, it was only one thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. It was about Bing.
Wait, with that? No, that wasn't. Then I was like, what was my idea earlier? I wish we could go back to listen. Can we listen to this while still recording?
I really don't think we can.
Because there was something that prompted me to have an idea. And it was great.
Maybe you should ask the AI to come up with an idea of what we should talk about. Give us some
what?
topics,
Yeah,
baby.
let's do that. All right.
Get some cutting edge, controversial, engagement clicking,
What
driving
is a good
topics for the 10 Commandments?
topic to talk about on a podcast episode? What is a good comedic topic? We want to keep our audience entertained.
Yeah.
On a podcast episode about the Yul Brynner film, The 10 Commandments.
Oof, so much dead air on this episode.
All right, here we go.
This is the first of at least 2 episodes.
Here's the thing.
Today.
So you're saying this because you're seeing the what's the
wavelength?
wavelengths? I forget the actual word. But I think it's like zoomed in enough that like even a brief pause looks longer than it is. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's by the 10th of a second.
All right. Wow.
Phil's got a big smile on his face for the first time today.
It's the AI is currently typing out an idea for a topic, and we're going to do it because we have to follow the AI.
I don't like that precedent.
Oh, it is still going. I like that.
This is a cool Sphinx statue here. What's the budget of this movie, do you think? We used to read the Wikipedia pages for movies when we didn't have anything else to talk about, and you know what? This feels like the time.
Yeah. What's the difference between a sphinx and a tree frog?
There are so many that I wouldn't know where to start.
All right, thanks.
One's real?
I'm just asking.
Oh. Okay, I thought you had a joke there.
Did
you know this is based on a novel and not the one you think?
This movie?
Yes.
The one I think would be the Bible.
Yeah, that's right. It's based on the 1949 novel. Wait, I'm sorry. It's based on... Okay. It's based on 3 novels and the Bible. It's based on Prince of Egypt by Dorothy Clark Wilson.
Just going to say, that's more of my reference I saw about a little over a year ago, so that's really where...
Pillar of Fire by J.H. Ingraham. And On Eagle's Wings by A.E.
J.J. Abrams.
Southern. And The Book of Exodus by god.
I can't believe this is still going. But boy, we've got a lot to talk about here.
It was filmed on location in Egypt at Mount Sinai.
Wow.
They went. This is
where Yul Brynner died.
We think. I don't know if we confirmed that it was Mount Sinai. What is it?
So
okay,
or like the hospital where on that location,
right.
Mount Sinai Hospital to be clear. He didn't
in New
die
York
on
City.
Mount
Yes.
Sinai.
There's a lot of Mount Sinai locations. My grandfather died at Mount Sinai, I think.
Okay, this
was not Yul
just
Brynner.
finished writing this.
This was DeMille's most successful work, his first widescreen film, and his fourth biblical production. And he died just a couple years later. It's a remake of the prologue of his 1923 silent film of the same title.
This, Cecil B. DeMille's?
Yes. That means, wait.
What year was this?
What's the prologue? The prologue is about their flight from Egypt, and then I guess it jumps forward.
Time jump.
Oh my god, wait. Takes place in the modern day, I think? I don't know. Oh, hold on. Ooh, golly.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have this 1923 film as well, which we could watch as a bonus episode.
No Yul, though.
No Yul, but there was no Yul in the King and I animated film, which I guess we still technically haven't watched.
Yeah.
From the point of view of the listener.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, Yul Brynner podcast theme. Now, so so this is giving me like an essay here. It's given a topic and then 4 discussion points. Do you want me to read all of it through first, or should I go through one by one?
Go with your gut.
All right. Well, first, okay. The comedic topic. I have decided. One comedic topic that could be explored on a podcast episode about the 10 Commandments is the iconic bald head of Yul Brynner's character Ramses.
Wait, he's got hair. He's got that weird Jedi. Maybe he shaves later.
Here are a few potential ideas for comedic discussion around this topic.
Okay.
Let's go through one by one. Number 1. The benefits and drawbacks of being bald.
Okay.
The host could riff on the pros and cons of having a bald head, using Ramses as an example. For example, they could joke about how Ramses never had to worry about bad hair days, but might have struggled to find stylish headwear.
Now, I actually think it'd be easier to find stylish headwear if you were bald.
But, at least you'd never have a bad hair day, am I right, fellow host?
I mean, I've never had one of those in my life, of course.
Yeah.
Now...
It does feel like...
It does seem like you need a lot more sunscreen. In Egypt, the desert, that sun comes blaring down. So you would need headwear if you didn't have hair. Probably even if you did have hair.
Yeah, well, and that's what... he does... that guy...
He's wearing headwear right now that seems quite stylish and not at all bothering.
And
but also,
made
you can
easier
see
to wear.
He clearly has a ponytail.
Yeah, so this whole premise is flawed. Unless, as I said, his head is magnetic and that's fake and stuck to his head.
Right.
Alright. Well, okay, so the second one we can't necessarily follow because of... Well, I'll say so. It's, number 2, the different reactions to Ramses' baldness. The host could discuss the various reactions characters in the film have to Ramses' bald head.
I don't think anyone does.
From the awe-inspired gasps of his subjects to the more lighthearted comments made by his brother Moses. So we can't hear those.
No. But I don't think Moses is like, hey, bro, you got no hair.
They could also consider how Ramses might have felt about his lack of hair.
I also think his lack of hair...
This looks like her head is on fire.
It sure does. His lack of hair must be by choice.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got that long-ass ponytail. Unless that's, once again, not his. But
Wait,
also...
where is it?
It's off
oh, no, yeah, he does.
I also think that in, Egypt long ago, they were one of the first cultures to, I think, really embrace shaving and not having hair. And, did, body shaving and stuff like that.
Is it hairless cats, maybe?
Maybe. I think cats were also pretty big in their culture.
Yeah, I know. I'm so serious. Something like maybe it's relevant.
Maybe.
And those, look at the Sphinx.
You know what? Ramses has Moses chained up right now, and there's a woman crying.
Angelica Houston.
And do you think Angelica Houston is crying because of what Moses has been saying about Ramses' hair.
Or is she crying because she saw him without a headpiece for the first time and it's like, oh no, look at your baldness.
Or she sees his brother has this great luxurious hair and she's thinking, oh man,
yeah,
chose the wrong brother.
There's no way to know. Oh, she is now petting his hair.
Well, his face hair, yes.
Yeah, that counts. Chest hair.
This during the Hays Code? Well, we can't get into the discourse around that.
Yeah, our entire personality.
What
would happen? Number 3. What would happen if Ramses tried to hide his baldness? The host could playfully speculate about what would happen if Ramses tried to cover up his bald head with a wig or hat. They could imagine scenarios. Now, this is like the 10 Commandments of sitcoms. They could imagine scenarios where he's caught in the act, or where his attempts to hide his baldness go hilariously wrong.
Right, like he wears a toupee at a wedding.
Yeah. Do you think we could, using this idea of AI, let's deep fake Ramses' face onto
I was saying we should dub
George
the
Costanza
movie.
in that episode where he wear the toupee.
I was thinking we should dub the movie so that it more accurately portrays what the AI seems to think it is.
Yeah. So the last one here. The other bald characters in film and TV. The host could expand the conversation beyond the 10 Commandments to discuss other famous bald characters in pop culture, like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family or Lex Luthor from Superman. They could compare and contrast these characters with Ramses and come up with their own theories about why baldness is such a popular trait for villains. So do you think if this movie was made today...
Is Uncle Fester a villain?
Do you think if this movie were made today, Jesse Eisenberg would be playing Yul's part?
Yeah, with a full head of hair?
No. Lex Luthor look.
I think he had hair in that movie.
He did not.
Oh, he was bald?
Yeah.
Wait, you've seen
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen
Dawn
the movie.
Of Justice?
I've seen like a photo and clip of him in it. He's very shiny.
Now, all right, top 5 bald characters in fiction.
Mr. Potato Head.
Okay. Mr.
Humpty
Queenan.
Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. Is he canonically bald?
You never see
He's not canonically an egg.
He's not canonically an egg.
It drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah. I feel like...
Also, he's not the king. All the king's horses and all the king's men try to put Humpty together again. He's often portrayed as a king egg.
I would never think... I think the king's trying to help him out.
The king's like, dude, this guy fell off this wall.
Yeah.
Put him back together. I so decree it.
Yeah.
It might have been Ramses. He's a king and also bald, so maybe he felt some sort of brotherhood with Humpty Dumpty.
Let's make a live-action, gritty adaptation.
I was just... Dumpty?
Starring Matt Lucas.
I was just thinking I was going to make the same joke. I took a sip of my drink. You started talking, but I was going to suggest a CW gritty reboot called Dumpty.
Dumpty. Yeah. Or All the King's Horses.
That's the prequel. You got to do it. Do you remember when the Marvel movies started? A bunch of movie studios announced that they were going to do shared universes around whatever property they had. But some studios didn't really have properties. So they announced that they were going to do, like, King Arthur movies, but they were going to do a Lancelot movie and a Percival movie first.
Oh, like other studios are trying to get into the Marvel train?
Yes. And then there was, like, one studio that was like, oh, we're going to do standalone movies about all of Robin Hood's merry men before they meet Robin Hood. So you'll have Little John, the motion picture and stuff like that. And then, like, a King Richard movie and stuff like that. And then they would all meet in Robin Hood.
Vaguely.
So All the King's Horses is the... or All the King's Men is the prequel about the rise of this knighthood prior to Humpty Dumpty ever even getting on that wall.
What if the king? It's King Kong.
Oh boy! Now, King Kong. Well, I have a controversial question.
Controversial question, yeah.
Is King Kong bald?
No.
Okay.
Dumb question.
No, okay. So King Kong. Let's break this out. So okay. So shared universe. We're our goal is Humpty Dumpty is the Avengers style crossover.
Sure.
So first we're gonna remake the original King Kong.
Okay.
But before we do that, I don't know if you've seen King Kong, but it involves...
In the musical.
So, it's about, like, an actress and they go to make a movie and stuff like that. So we need a movie about that actress's rise to fame in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. We need a movie about the captain of the ship who takes them to Skull Island. And we need a movie about King Kong when he was Prince Kong. That
for sure we need.
And then those three movies will meet up in King Kong. That's the end of Phase 1 of the Humpty Dumpty cinematic universe, or the HDCU, right? Or is it extended cinematic universe? HDECU. HDCU.
We'll start HDCU.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll also have to throw a rom-com in there somewhere that includes the line, "Is there a Queen Kong?"
Yes, that's
the WandaVision of the.
Yeah. That will be, okay. So are you familiar with the Princess Diaries?
I am.
I believe the second movie includes the character having to get married because she can't ascend to the throne as a single woman.
Yeah.
So
this looks like classic.
Moses is now on Tatooine, yes.
Yes.
So, okay. So prior to King Kong, the remake that combines these three movies, you've got Prince Kong, and then you have Prince Kong 2, The Royal Engagement. And this is a movie about how he has to find a wife in order to ascend to his father's throne.
Yeah.
And become King Kong.
And ascend the Empire State Building.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, that's later. And then 20 years later we'll make the third one.
Right. Well, yeah. But before King Kong, where he goes and, falls in love with a human woman, we have to write out the wife because
it's true.
Adultery is not in right now.
Yeah, Kong shall not adulterize. Yeah.
So we're going to do a 6-minute remake of the first segment of the movie Up, where King Kong's wife tragically dies.
Okay. I was going to say we could also do... I heard, there's a thing announced, like, the I Am Legend, that movie? Yes. A sequel, and they're saying, like, this alternate ending.
Okay, so it's based on the alternate ending of Prince Kong to The Royal Engagement, where he doesn't get married?
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got, what's the name of the girl from King Kong? I don't know.
Anime.
Her name is Anime?
It's Anna May. At least in the musical it was.
Okay, so we have Anna May. Okay.
I think she had a last name, too.
Okay. Well, you know what's really in right now?
Her name is Anime.
You know what's really in right now is multimedia experiences where both the TV shows and the movies combine to tell one story, right?
Yes.
Marvel's doing that. Star Wars is doing that.
Can't wait to hear that on the pod.
So, okay. So we start off with the story about the grizzled boat captain who will eventually bring the filmmakers to Skull Island.
Okay, yes.
That's just a movie about a guy with a boat.
Sure.
You could do whatever you want with that one.
Yeah.
Then we shift to then we do Prince Kong, the first one, where you find out about how he's, he's the prince the whole movie. He's grappling with the legacy and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then you have Anna May, the animated series. This is a limited series on a streamer, MGM Plus, I assume.
Tubi. Oh, yeah.
Or Tubi, sure. And it tells the travails of this woman's career in Hollywood. Right? Then... What? This ain't Yul.
No, but wait. Wait! Are you kidding me? The screen was full of sheep. And they were doing... where are the sheep? I was very entertained by the sheep, and they're... I promise you, they were just a whole bunch of sheep, and they were, like, doing stuff.
Do you know, movies used to have good lighting like this? Oh, there are all the sheep.
No, this is... Oh. It looked like a scene from, like, Babe. Like, I would believe the animal... They were talking.
Now, sure. We talked about doing a Babe miniseries called Here's Looking at Yul, Babe.
I got Yul, Babe?
I got Yul, Babe. Yeah, sorry. I came up with that joke, too. I got Yul, Babe. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Because this is now the second episode in a row we've referenced the movie
2 Babes?
Yes, Babe and Babe Pig in the City.
Yes.
Written and directed by
George Miller.
George Miller, who also made Happy Feet and all of the Mad Max movies.
And
3,000 Years of Longing.
Yawning.
Oh boy, well, we're not allowed to talk about that technically.
We are now.
Anyway, so you've got those. Then you get Prince Kong 2, The Royal Engagement, or maybe that's called The Kong Diaries or something like that. So that's 4. And then you have the mini movie or the alternate ending where he doesn't get engaged or his wife dies, which would also explain why he's so angry, by the way, in King Kong. Also the abduction, and then the end of Phase 1 of the HDCU, King Kong, the remake of the original film.
Yeah.
Now we're into Phase 2.
Yeah.
All the King's Men. Now here's the thing: what happens when your fucking king is captured?
Well, should Phase 2 be all the king's horses, and then Phase 3 is all the king's men?
Oh boy, okay, all the king's horses. So this actually makes more sense because King Kong goes on an island without people, right? Mostly.
Sure.
There's like dinosaurs and presumably horses. So this is about all the horses being like, "Oh no, the king's gone.
Yeah.
We got to find him."
Yeah.
They set out. Now, here's why they're able to get to New York to look for the king. Careful with your knee here. Here's why they're able to... His knee was very close to the microphone.
Don't need to explain to them.
Here's why they're able to get to New York. These horses, not only are they the king's horses, they're all two main great athletes. They're good at water polo, which allows them to swim all the way to New York.
Okay.
Because polo is a horse sport.
Oh, yeah, I
water
got that.
polo
Yeah.
is presumably a water horse sport.
Yeah.
I've not looked into this.
Yes. But also, could the king's horses be seahorses?
It could be.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I want to see a bunch of seahorses try to put a man back together.
And look, that's all the plot we need. We hand it off to a writer, they figure it out.
Yeah.
This is content. We don't care about the quality.
Yeah, we'll have M. Night Shyamalan write in one of the things.
Now we need an explanation of where the wall came from.
Pink Floyd.
Okay, so we remake...
The band Pink Floyd.
You know how there's like another hole in the wall?
Mm-hmm.
No more holes in the wall. They're fixing it. They're another brick in the wall.
So, okay, and so we're introducing the concept of putting things back together.
Right. See, this will be a key moment at the end of Phase 3 of the HDCU where we actually do Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
10 years in.
10 years in, yeah.
Now that we've done all the King's Horses, we can do all the King's Men. But first, we have to really make sure that we have the rights to the Kingsman franchise.
Yeah. Well, they seem to not care as long as they, move the punctuation around. It's a different movie, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying corporate synergy. We get these men on board.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen any of those movies, but it does, from what I know about it, it feels like maybe it is in their wheelhouse.
It seems like it. And also, then we can retroactively add those 3 movies to the HDCU, the same way Marvel has done with older cartoons that were not part of Marvel originally. Like the X-Men cartoon that was on in the 90s is now part of it because they had Patrick Stewart play Professor X.
Great.
So, bam, that solves so many problems. We now have 4 new movies.
Beautiful.
And some of them have already been released, so we don't even have to worry about marketing those. They're out there.
You're so right. The HDCU has begun.
That's right. The HDCU started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We didn't even know it. I mean, King Kong actually was 100 years ago, so this is the oldest shared universe, actually.
Great. I should read the conclusion.
Oh.
It's a little,
we haven't finished talking about bald people. This is what this led to.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to save it for when we're done with the HDCU?
Well, we can start talking. I just want to say this. Overall, there are many different directions a comedic discussion about Rami baldness could take, so the host could have fun exploring different angles and coming up with their own jokes and observations.
Now, do they think we were going to go to the Humpty Dumpty shared universe?
I have not mentioned anything about Humpty Dumpty.
Wow, see, that's us, baby. This is This is the power of AI to just influence, but allow us to organically create.
Look at the beautiful art it can create.
Art eye.
Art eye.
The A is for art. The I is for us. There's one eye in us.
Yep.
There's 4 eyes in us, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, they can make a Humpty Dumpty movie. We're an hour in.
Wow, longer than last episode.
Yep.
There's some green screening happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that goat.
That goat also looks like it's part of the green screen. Or chroma key. It's like that's
like in
projected.
front of it.
Yeah. No, I think that's part of the projection.
Oh no, because it had like the border around. I think like the background ones.
I think there's 2 layers, or at least those. Well, yeah, that one. First.
I think those 3 there.
Okay.
Like the rocks border. That's the
yes.
set piece, and it's blue or green behind it. Like look at that cloud not moving. Although I guess the animals are moving, so it's
the clouds are moving.
Oh, they are moving. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh no, wait, it's not. I wasn't sarcastic. I was just literal.
He's gaslighting
It's like she's holding a burrito.
Folks.
Yeah. Well,
Thou shalt not have dead air.
Thou shalt not have dead air.
Alright, so that topic was pretty good. That got us the Humpty Dumpty shared universe.
Yeah.
I feel like much like most shared universes, it lost a little steam towards the end there, but hey.
It's fine. Now, I think also, as this is happening...
The Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah. Like, we can have movies about Humpty Dumpty being made as well.
Uh-huh.
That just have a few movies we have someone else takes over as Humpty, like we reboot it, you know?
Like James Bond.
Yeah, or like Spider-Man.
Okay.
Where there's way too many.
So you're saying
short time.
You're saying like every other year there's a Humpty Dumpty movie while all these others are being made, but none of them feature him even coming close to a wall.
Yeah, and well,
or is he sitting on the wall for all these movies and then he only falls down in the crossover?
And maybe when he falls down, oh boy. Okay, so Humpty Dumpty.
Oh my god.
He falls to pieces, right?
Yeah.
But he's not an egg. He's a man. But
the serious look on Phil's face as he gestured with his hands, he went, but he's not an egg, he's a man.
So here's what happens.
Uh-huh.
Much like, spoiler alert, the recent Spider-Man movie.
Uh-huh. Spoiler alert for my dad who has not seen that movie.
Okay.
He knows the basics, probably.
I think he knows this happened.
All the Humpty Dumpties come?
When he falls.
Oh.
He breaks into all the Humpty Dumpties.
Wait, across the Dumptyverse?
Across the Dumptyverse.
Oh, snap. We're going into the Dumptyverse.
Yeah.
Which Marvel also went into the multiverse recently.
With the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So you can have the Dumptyverse of...
Humpty Dumpty all at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, but it's a surprise.
So you got like Michael Keaton as Humpty Dumpty.
So like whoever so we gotta have like I don't know. Like
well, you said Matt Lucas is one of Humpty Dumpty.
I think Matt Lucas could
Jesse
be
Eisenberg,
the final one that then falls. The one who falls.
He's Humpty Prime.
As the shot of him falling is the thing we just splits into like.
Right, like an egg, but he's not an egg. But it looks like he's cracking like an egg.
Yeah, but he cracks into...
in all the cracks is reflected the other beloved actors who have played this role.
Yes, Judi Dench.
Yeah, of course. Yul Brynner. Parentheses, hologram.
Yeah.
Because we got to wrap this back up in here somehow.
Yeah,
Okay. What we need to do is get a list of the year every James Bond movie came out and assign a Humpty Dumpty for every era.
Okay, but these movies are being made now, so we gotta have people who are alive.
Up to now.
Okay.
Well, because, like, you know Doctor Who, right?
I'm thinking realistically for the future here.
Oh, well, okay, so are we starting these now and then going for 10 years? The Humpty Dumpty universe started 100 years ago.
Right, but some of this, after they're not going to be available... Oh, holograms.
Holograms.
Okay. Yeah.
Doctor Who has multiple people who are dead. They were in the 50th anniversary.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep, they were all in it.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so as he's falling, this universe cracks open, right?
Well,
and
he
then,
does.
So is
maybe
putting
he
all
is
the
the
pieces
universe.
back together, connecting all the different Humpty Dumpty. So all the King's horses and all the King's men are traveling through the Dumptyverse.
Yeah, we gotta get the pieces back together, because otherwise...
Okay.
Because when Humpty dies, the universe dies.
So I think this isn't a movie. This is a 10-part special event series.
Well, you know, what is a series but a long movie broken into pieces?
Correct.
That's for you, Leah.
Or what is a movie if not many episodes
Exactly.
shown at once?
Exactly. That's what I always say.
So, yeah, I like that you think Leah's going to listen to this one.
So,
Leah, call in. If you call in with this password...
We'll give you... No, I can't say that. If you call in with the password...
we'll give you...
Hump dump.
All... We'll give you the proceeds. Every dollar earned on the 4th episode of the Humpty Dumpty miniseries.
Say, we'll give you the proceeds of every dollar earned on this podcast. So
No, we will
you'll
not.
owe Drake $70.
Anyway.
So, yeah, Judi Dench.
Okay, hold on. We got Matt Lucas is the prime one.
Well, he's the
he's the one who breaks.
Yeah.
So he's probably only in the first and last part, right?
I think that's he's the last. Because I think, again, I don't think this is a thing that is advertised before that this is going to happen. We know it's a big
my
movie.
question is,
we don't know that it's going to break into all
these other.
So he's like the Tom Holland that beats
No, I
the other.
understand you. I understand you. But have all these other people been in Humpty Dumpty movies before?
They've all had 2 to 4 of their own movies.
Okay, so either this movie is happening in 30 years, in which case I'm sorry to say Judi Dench will almost certainly be dead.
Well, one of the first ones, and then we got
she was Humpty Dumpty 20 years ago.
Yeah, we can edit.
Okay.
Okay,
so we need
Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's get these down.
Okay.
And by down I mean I'm just saying them.
Yeah.
Matt Lucas is the main one at the end.
Yes.
He falls. Everyone thinks this is a total reboot.
Yeah.
He's falling. Crack. Splat. The universe ripples into 10 different universes or whatever.
Yeah.
So we have him, who is the combination of all these other ones. Once they're put together, it equals boring, canceled Matt Lucas.
Yeah.
Matt Lucas call us.
Egg-like.
I mean, but he's a man.
I know, he's a man.
Okay. So Judi Dench also played this man.
Yes.
Jesse Eisenberg.
In a big difference from Doctor Who, the first Humpty was a woman.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Judi Dench, Jesse Eisenberg, Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, Christopher Eccleston.
Crystal the monkey.
Yep, Crystal the monkey from NBC's Private Practice. Not Private Practice.
Animal
Practice.
Yeah.
Private Practice is a Grey's Anatomy spinoff.
Yeah.
Sure. Crystal the monkey, another woman.
Yeah.
I think the Tupac hologram.
So then would that mean we'd have to eventually have a hologram of a hologram?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. The dog from The Artist.
I think that dog's dead.
Okay. Then we can't do it.
The dog from The Artist hologram.
No.
Mr. The green M&M.
Yeah. Original shoes.
Yeah, original shoes. Before she got woke.
Yeah. Got woke. Got broke on the wall.
That's right. That's the tagline.
Humpty Dumpty got woke.
This is a movie about political correctness. Killed Humpty Dumpty.
He didn't break into pieces. He got broke.
Yeah.
Because he got too woke.
That's right.
This will increase our algorithm.
It probably will.
Joe Rogan. No. He's not in.
He can play the evil version of Humpty Dumpty.
We got Steve Harvey. That's good enough.
Should we get some new talent in there that we can get on the cheaper side?
Yeah.
Or some washed up talent. Who's canceled? Never mind.
Okay. Be so many people.
Bill de Blasio making his segue from bad politics to bad acting.
He can feel what it's like to fall down and die.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Bill de Blasio can be in. Although Eric Adams looks more like an egg.
Yeah, but he's not an egg. He's a man.
Is he?
Humpty Dumpty. I'm not talking about any mayors.
We do need the movie to have some swag.
Well, then we should steer clear of Eric Adams.
You're right. Oh, what's the guy's name? Is he still alive? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't want him. How many are we at?
A lot.
Ina Garten. Why not?
Okay. Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say...
he's the king.
He's the king.
Not King Kong in this universe. Just king.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he splattered, it created a rift and ruined the...
Yeah.
continuity.
Yeah. Let's get Donald Glover in there.
Okay.
He's fun.
Sure.
And, viewers, let us know who you want to see as your next Humpty.
Yeah. Here's looking at you, Dump.
Alright, so here's some of the newer voicemails.
Yeah, I do believe, by the way, that the old Pharaoh is dying. So I think we're about to finally get to the point where Yul Brynner plays the Pharaoh. We are, I don't know, 1 billion hours in this movie.
Okay, so our last one was on December 30th, 2022 at about 1 a.m. Mm-hmm. And I got a time jump here. Do we release an episode?
Another time jump?
In January?
Yes, the Ten Commandments Part 1.
What day was that released? Do you know?
The 14th or 15th, somewhere around there.
Alright, so about a week later. So this is January 22nd at 9:30 a.m. And this is now the longest one. So, stop it. And
Another time jump.
Little time jump.
Hey, David from Queens again. Funny story. So in my phone, I have this number for this podcast listed as Yule Kid. Makes sense. However, what I didn't realize is I have a contact that I haven't interacted with in a long time who I don't really know personally. It has something to do with somebody from a hospital. But anyway, or a social worker of some kind. But the point is, I believe I left 3 voicemails for you, but I left it on her voicemail. So that should be interesting for her. Very sad for me and for all the other Roger Yule kids, Yule Kid Rogers. I don't know. But I can remember part of one, and it's very sad that I unless I'm wrong, but it looks like, I looked at it, I had 3 calls to that number, not to this number. But anyway, the shirt, I was saying, the Crows Are Cool shirt should have a thought bubble instead of a voice bubble. That way, you get what I'm saying. You keep your thematic going. And then I thought maybe the shirt should just have a bunch of crows on it and say, murders are cool. All right, anyway, I'm sad about the lost voicemails. I suppose I could call that person and ask them to, maybe forward those voicemails back to me. I don't know. All right, here's looking at you, old kid.
Did it?
7 seconds left. Oh, I guess that's it, though.
Okay. So imagine getting a call from someone you worked with once years ago saying
murders are
you
cool.
should make a shirt saying murders are cool.
Hey, if you're that person who got those voicemails, call in.
Yeah, maybe that person found the podcast through this.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be. Who knows? Yeah, that is fun. And yeah, I hope they got these and listened to all of them.
Now, I have to assume we once referenced that murder was cool or crime was cool or something, right? And that's why that's...
Maybe.
Oh, Murders of Crows.
Oh, while I have this open, I just got a missed call on this number. It's suspected spam.
Man, I would have been good to answer that one.
But I get this...
Should we call it back?
I've gotten like 7 calls from this number in the last... I might look into this separately.
I think you should call it back live on the mic.
That's risky.
It sure is.
Especially if it... I'll Google it first. But,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
We should create our own Yule language, and then we can just speak in that for the podcast.
I think we should do an episode that's entirely backwards.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk backwards. I'm just going to...
Louis! Play that backwards, folks. You'll hear a cool message.
I don't think you will.
You'll hear Yule! Louis! If you think I didn't have a time as a child where I tried to learn how to speak backwards, you are wrong.
No, I am, I'm sure. I'm laying down now. You think the mic still hears me?
It's picking something up. 287. Apparently I've looked this number up before. What is this? Yeah, okay. This does seem to just be a scam number that has called me a lot. I'll call it back.
Wait. What character are you going to be doing? No. That character is banned from the podcast. You could be Humpty Dumpty.
All right.
But you gotta like clean it up a little, right? Like you can't be like, hello, I'm Humpty Dumpty. You gotta be like, my name is H.T. Dumpty. I don't know. You immediately canceled the call?
Wait, what? What's happening here?
It took us 5 episodes to get into prank calling.
Yeah. Or wait, cause the thing popped up. I don't want to. Wait. Oh no! Open. It says, oh, this is dead air. This is dead. Oh,
we found a magic tree.
I bet
he's gonna get. Oh, I bet the disc ends when he gets the commandments.
Oh, so this is like the wicked first movie ending with
Defying Gravity.
Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
It's the thing everyone came here for.
Okay.
This is Moses?
Yeah.
He's cleaned himself up a bit.
I mean, yeah, okay. He's not a slave anymore.
Is that supposed to be the burning bush?
Yep.
Looks like a tree to me.
But there's magic around it. See? Well, this is a prequel. This is the explanation of how the bush became burning.
Uh-huh. I see.
Are we calling this number?
Oh, yeah.
Forgot how to use a phone?
Kind of.
New York City is a one-party consent state, which means that this is perfectly legal.
Great. Okay.
Dial tone? They got the phone off the hook?
Busy?
Heard one of these in years.
Don't you want me to buy your car insurance? Now I'm more suspected.
You're more suspected.
Of the spam.
Suspicious, you mean? Oh, spam.
Yeah, suspected spam.
Oh, wait. Who's our spam character? Oh, Spam Likely. Was this my character?
Spam Likely.
Spam Likely is the name? That might have been me.
I think that's you.
Yeah.
Scam Likely?
Scam Likely. That's right.
Because that's what I had in my phone every time a friend of ours called for many years.
Oh, who?
Taylor. Remember we discovered this at the zoo.
His name is Scam Likely?
Well, it's not anymore.
So you're just not answering texts and calls from him for years? Taylor, thank you for lending us the 10 Commandments. Now, last time, he listened until he was mentioned, which was about a minute in. So my hope is that he has listened to the first hour and 19 minutes of this one until he's been mentioned.
Yeah. This looks...
This was the best special effect ever done at this time.
This looks like the cover of a 90s children's chapter book.
Okay.
The art style here.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it.
Like the Animorphs book where they turn into a tree or something?
Not Animorphs. Because they got their own specific,
like... style. They have a new style for, like, republishings, and it looks way worse.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Barney? No.
Ugh, I can't get into it.
Yeah. So wait. There's still a lot of time left on this disc?
I don't know. We can check. Well, Moses has gray hair now. He came down from the...
Moses is getting better looking with age.
Would you say he's Maddie? That's a daddy with an M.
Oh. Okay. I was like, we know a few people named Maddie. That could be a weird comment.
I don't know if I can get the time without pausing it.
Fine, who cares?
There must be
I like the buttons that are just colors.
Yeah. Blu-rays are weird. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. They're like, what if you press play?
It will pause it.
Oh.
Guys, we're going to pause now.
We don't have to. There's definitely more time left. There was like 2 hours left when we started, right?
No, that was the final total, I believe. 2 hours and 50 minutes, I think.
Okay, then we are probably...
Because, we're probably pretty close to the end of this episode.
What a shame. What a shame.
Well, that's just the end for the listeners. You and I have another episode to record today. Mm-hmm. We got to do part 3. Got to finish the trilogy. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, there is another movie that we could...
medicine called Trilogy. It's unrelated.
We could do a 4-part trilogy and do the 1923 film as well.
Yeah, but that's all on you.
What?
That's for you, the listener to do on there.
Oh, the listeners are going to record that episode?
Yeah, we've done enough work for these people.
I'm going to look up the 10... I bet this is on... This is on YouTube, I bet. So we can do this as a bonus episode.
The original one.
Yeah, we can do this as a bonus episode on Zoom one
How long
day.
is that movie?
Phil, it's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Hey, we got the intermission screen.
Intermission.
All right, so there was an intermission in the actual screening of this, that means.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the end of this disc.
What a long Jeopardy clue that is.
That's right. Yeah, copyright.
Yeah.
Message, which we're not infringing on. They didn't show him with the tablets there though, did they, or were we just not paying attention? If Yule's not on screen, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the extras on this disc are? Should we do a separate?
No, just go there now. See what's there.
Commentary by Catherine Orison, author of Written in Stone, making Cecil B. DeMille's epic, The 10 Commandments. I mean, do you think the next printing of this Blu-ray will have our commentary track on it? Commentary by Drake Amendola and Philip Romano. Assholes who wrote Notebook.
I think there's one extra. That should say extra, not extras.
Extra. Hear all about it.
All right, we're done with this episode.
This extra is all audio. We hate that here.
Yeah.
We're done with this episode? I mean, yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right. Folks, guess what? Here's my promise to you, and if it's wrong, so help me God, you can murder me in the streets. And
you made 2 promises in the last 24 hours about if certain things happen,
that's right.
You can be murdered by yourself or others.
What was the first one? Oh, if Meghan Markle is ever on The Masked Singer, I will shoot myself in the head.
Yeah, which seems
immediately
not completely impossible.
It's impossible. I swear to, unless they have like a
Netflix exclusive deal.
I mean, they do, I believe.
Oh, so then maybe she can't.
Meghan Markle's not going to be on The Masked Singer. It's never going to happen. That's never going to. She was just a duchess.
what's her name? Elizabeth Smart on it?
She was on The Masked Dancer. That's a different show.
Sorry.
It's totally different. On The Masked Singer, they wear masks and sing. And on The Masked Dancer,
That's
they wear
what prompted
masks and
this
dance.
conversation. Yeah. All right. Well,
Dick Van Dyke, call us.
if there's no new episode of the podcast, that means Meghan Markle on the Masked.
Should we be masked podcasters? Now,
Who's to say
all
we're
this will
not?
do is muffle the sound of the recording.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see the masks because, once again,
Well,
you
if I've
look
learned
at
anything
Yul.
from The Masked Singer, it's that masks don't muffle sound at all.
I think Jim Carrey should be on The Masked Singer as the mask.
That seems... Well, is him and Jenny McCarthy still...
Oh no, was that a thing?
Wasn't it for like
Are
a
they
long
married?
time? They might be. It may have ended. I don't know. And she's
an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. But I think like he also was for a time because of her or something.
Oh, that makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Carrie, call in. Tell us what you think about vaccines.
All right.
Oh my god.
Jim Carrey retired from movie making after Sonic the Hedgehog 2, of course. Because he said, there's no going higher than this.
There's not.
Oh, alright.
I'm really tired.
Folks, see you next week for part 3.
Yeah.
Almost certainly. If not, so God can strike me down. And God can strike Phil down. And God can strike down...
God will never strike me down. I'm a man who knows what he read in his Torah. Bar mitzvah.
He doesn't even know the words. Alright, folks. See you next week.
Love that sound at the end.
Yep, fire engines.
Great.
Who was the third person?
Phil's...
Strike down?
Well, my girlfriend is just asking. We're still recording.
Oh, still recording.
That's right.
Why
Who?
are we still recording?
Because I didn't press. I was gonna do a little bit where I say something at the end when Phil is gone.
Never enough bits.
My girlfriend asked who else I was gonna make God strike down. I don't know.
Well, since there were only 3 people in the room.
Kenny Loggins. Yeah, strike down Humpty Dumpty. All right, folks, we're done here. Go home. Stop listening. Get out of that room in Germany and get on your flight and go back home. It's time to leave. Bye.